Kingdom, Europe and US, Canada, or even just anywhere as long as it is outside Nigeria has become more intense following rising unemployment, harsh socio-economic situation, banditry, kidnapping and other forms of criminal activities in Nigeria. Many Nigerians with the opportunity and means have left the shores of the country, while more Nigerians are fasting and praying for their own time to come. Several opportunities to legally seek a better life outside Nigeria have also been created by many countries. The UK has a health and care worker visa for foreigners in the nursing and medicine industry. It also has a post-study work permit for students. Canada has several opportunities for migrant workers. The US had its own visa lottery programs. There are other routes including traveling on tourist visa and marriage, etc., etc. Indeed, many who successfully made the trip are seen as a lucky few who will soon be living in luxury. How green are the greener pastures out there? Is a visa to the UK, US, Canada or Europe an automatic pass to good life and luxury living? How do Nigerians abroad cope with life out there? Are the pastures truly greener than the ones in Nigeria? Nigerian who has made a mark in the United Kingdom as a midwife in a British health sector, a community champion for black people in Britain, a two-term mayor of one of the largest London boroughs, and a senior member of the Labour Party in London. Dr. Kate Anole, Auntie Kate as she's fondly called by many in London, as many Nigerians that are willing or aiming to go to the United Kingdom to seek greener pastures in the Queensland. When we come back, Auntie Kate, as she's fondly called, will be sharing her experience garnered over the last 35 years in the United Kingdom with us for those looking at traveling out. We'll be back after this break. We work to bring you global issues to shape the world, issues of global agenda that determine our national and common interests, our interests especially in Africa and indeed in Nigeria. And we bring you the behind the scene of the stories through our studio analysis.
Good and efficient legal process is one of the main things that we realize lead to the breaches of human rights in Nigeria.
My assessment of the war in Ukraine is very unfortunate.
The reports and the evidential base we're getting about attacks upon Christians, attacks upon Muslims.
We follow the stories and bring you the report from anywhere to everywhere. This is Kabe Oscar, the flight is heading to Budapest. I'll be boarding this bus now. Is heading straight to Medica. With this hand that has represented the symbol of unity after the war in Rwanda, either global, foreign or diplomatic relations, even diaspora matters. We bring you all here on Global Matter. Thank you for taking the time to join us on the show today. We are discussing diaspora issues on the show today. As you saw in our promo, we'll look at all issues, foreign and diplomatic indeed, and also diaspora matters. Joining us on the show today is Dr. Kate Anole, popularly called Auntie Kate, who will be sharing her experience with us over the years as a retired midwife, a two-time mayor of one of the largest borough in London, Enfield, mayor, two-term mayor, no one has broken that record, and also a senior member of the Labour Party in Britain, especially in London, joining us on the show. Auntie Kate, thank you for taking your time to join us in the program. Good to see you again.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
It does appear to me.
Sorry, I've got problem with logging on, so I'm actually using my phone, which is not very convenient. But at least, we can, I'm here. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody.
Thank you for taking your time to join us. It does appear to me you're not even ready to get any older as I see you now. Yes, it's good to see your face again. Now let's get to the crux of this matter.
Yes. The line is not very clear.
It's not very clear. Okay.
But I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you clearly. I can hear you. Today we're looking at the pressure on Nigerians, especially young Nigerians whose desire is to go out there to seek greener pastures, either in the United Kingdom, or in America or in Canada, following different routes, either the migrant workers route, students routes, or even the marriage route. Share with us your experience as a community champion in London and a mayor in London as well. Share with us, what is it like coming to a country that is not your birth country? Say, for instance, in Nigeria, relocating to the United Kingdom. What are some of these challenges? What does it take to come around, settle down, and start a life?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon once again to everyone. It's not very, very easy when you leave your own motherland to go to another country. Number one is you don't really know what you're going to meet and whether you're going to fit in, especially where you know that the predominant color is Caucasian. So you are really like one person in a river and then, in a sea rather. So you have there's a lot of challenges that are facing you, especially, when you leave your own country to go into an unknown place. But, once you're traveling, you know that you are going for a greener pastures and that you want to make it better than you would make it in your place. So you have to have a positive mind, a positive attitude.
That greener pasture is a question. Many people live in this country, they think they are leaving Nigeria for a greener pasture out there. Though many find greener pasture, but many don't. How greener is a green pasture? Indeed, say in Britain, how greener is it? How greener than Nigerians' green pasture?
It's not as green as you might think, because it's all to do with individuals. There are many people that come and know exactly what they want and they want to face that issue. And some come, they know what they want, but they find it difficult to fit in. So really, you have to have an open mind. An open mind means that it might be better, where you're living might be better. It might be better in your own country, because as soon as you come, you find that there are many challenges. First of all, it's as a foreigner, as a black person, and as a woman from my own side, it's very, very difficult. But it's how you fit into the society that's going to help you really to achieve what you want.
Let's start a bit from your experience. You've been able to put your experience down in a book to mark, I guess, your 70-something birthday, so that Nigerians that are coming to see greener pastures in the Queensland will be able to tap from your experience. Luckily for you, you went to the United Kingdom many years ago to join your husband, who is late now, and as a single mom, you did venture into many things, including the health sector. You retired successfully as a midwife. You went into politics as a woman. You succeeded. You were a mayor in London, a two-time mayor for that matter. Share with us briefly, what was it like, a black woman, a single mother, in the midst of such challenges in the United Kingdom?
Yeah, I think it wasn't that very easy, and that is why I thought it's very important to put things in my book. When I wrote my autobiography 3 years ago, I was talking about myself. But at the point, in fact, it was during COVID, I said, I've actually spoken about myself, how I did it. Now I need to help others to get to the point where I got to, even if it's halfway, or even because there are some of our people, or generally, foreigners, especially women, they come into a country, they think, oh, this is what I'm going to face. I cannot do it. I'm just going to do a little menial job. Some of them have no proper education as far as they want it. But in this country, I realize that education-wise, it can go as far as you can. So it's the matter of saying, I want to succeed and I want to do things. Then there's nothing that's not possible. Everything is possible, but it depends on how you take it. For me, I find it was very challenging when I arrived in the country. However, I had that basic education, which was again due to my dad, who has very good who believed that in gender equality, and gave me the opportunity to study despite having 5 sons. So when I look at that, I thought, yes, I had the basic. That was the basic education. I didn't go to university in Nigeria, but then with that basic education, I came here. I found that education actually is free. You know, a lot of the things that you can do is free. And that is where I need people to say, you must embank on that and grab it when it's there. Even those that pays is very, very minimal. So, and that means whatever education you have back home, you can still brush it off so as to be able to get into the area of profession that you want to. Even if you don't want to be a professional, yet you can also have the skill. And that skill is open, you know, and it's, the main thing is you yourself, you know, saying, I am not going to exclude myself to a little area. I'm going to open my hand and face the challenge in different parts. And I think this is what has helped me. I had the education. I came over here. I did nursing because, again, my father wanted me to be a nurse, and then I followed that route, and that route has helped me. And within that route, I can easily have given up when I lost my husband. But then I said to myself, these 4 kids, someone has to bring them up, and they have to have their future. And this is where I think is very, very important. This is why I wrote this book, to make it easy for people, women, especially single mothers, to know that no matter whatever challenges, they can tackle it. But it's, again, a mindset. And I said to them also, don't exclude yourself. Be out in the community. And if you see someone who you think is a role model, you can approach that person. You can read about that person. There's nothing as good as reading about other people's stories, what they've done and how they did it. And what is the another thing is, how did they grow up? It's important for people to look back and see, when I was growing up, what are the things that actually I picked up, you know, that helped to mold myself or as I grew up. For me, I think there's a lot of things that helped me to mold up. I used to go to market with my mother, you know, and there I learned running business, selling things. And then that again helped me to be a leader, to help me to say, oh, you are actually born to be a leader, so you can mold yourself and go facing that. And this has helped me for the few challenges that I can meet, or even where I work. And make sure it's almost like everywhere I am, you know, at work, and make sure that I use that push, that force within me, you know, to say, yes, you should be able to do something here. You should be able to be not just a vice president or a vice in a school, a vice prefect. Go to the top, go for the top. And if you do that, that will help you at least to go halfway, rather than not trying at all.
Let's start with leaving the shores of Nigeria. There are so many routes which people can actually take to get to where you are today, say to get to Canada, to get to the United Kingdom, or to get to the US. But one of the quickest route people would like to follow is either the visiting or the tourist route they want to take. Talk us through some of the challenges. People think once you have a visa to go to the UK, tourist visa or visiting visa, that is it. You are, once you get in there, you start a life of luxury. Is that right? Is that true? Let's start from that part. What is the surest route to get into the United Kingdom, stabilize, and start a life? Visiting, legal, what is it? Let's start with the visiting routes. For those that will be coming through the visiting routes and planning to stay, what would that be?
Yeah, I think it's the most important way to get into UK will be through the legal route, because you know, when you go through the illegal route, you actually find that you are not able to do the things you want to do, and people, you know, you fall into the hands of people who might use you for, you know, to help them run their business, or to help them run their business while they pay you little or nothing. So I think it's very, very important that we make sure that, one second, this is why I am so sorry, everyone. You know, my phone, you know, was ringing. I had to stop it. Now, let me go back to the reason. The important thing to do is to try to get into the country into a legal way. Even if you have a visa to visit, when you come to visit and you feel that you would like to stay, you really need to go back to reapply. You know, reapply rather than overstaying, because when you overstay, then you make it difficult now for you to be able to get your proper visa, because there you have actually failed in the law here. They do not want people to overstay. If you think you're going to overstay, then you have really created a barrier for yourself. So it's very, very important that you look at that. If it's, again, like you want to study, it's important to actually get your admission while you're still in Nigeria or whatever country you are. Get your admission, and then you need to pay the school fees. Maybe they want you to pay deposit or something like that. You need to do that. Then that again is the legal way of getting into the country.
Let me quickly add to that. So when people go through the visiting route and at the end of the day think they want to overstay the plan, what that means for them, once you overstay your visa in the United Kingdom, you automatically become illegal. So once you become illegal, you will not be able to have access to public facilities, including housing, including financing, including funding. You will not be able to get a job. You'll be living your life on the back of other people who will be extorting and exploiting you. Is that right?
That is correct. That is correct. That is why it's not a good idea to either to overstay or to come in illegal, because people will extort you. They use you as domestic servants and all that. Things that really should not be happening now, and they exploit you. And then at the end of it, you find yourself spending many years at the same time hiding, and when you are caught, then you are then sent back where you're coming from, and that is not right. That is not good for you, and that, in fact, again, that closes the door totally. So I think it's better to come into the country legal way, and if you arrive in this country and find that you might overstay or you would want to stay, it's better to start illegal proceedings of how you want to stay, and get advice from the legal people, the lawyers. Get advice from them of how you can do things. It's better to start to do it the right way rather than to find yourself where you'll be hiding and then you've been working for nothing, where you're supposed to work. I understand. I met one some time ago, someone who worked over 10 hours in a restaurant. I was only paid £40, and that is really, really very, very bad. Very, very bad.
Let's get into your political life in the United Kingdom. You are a senior member of the Labour Party. You've been a councillor, a two-term mayor of one of the largest boroughs in the in Britain, in London. Talk us through how did you get to that level? Talk us through how you, as a single mom, a woman, a black woman, you were able to break the barrier of becoming a mayor in London.
Yeah, I think again, this is a commitment. I am someone who never gives up, and that is why in my book Time for Purpose, never give up. And for many years, I attend meetings, and I have friends who always said, "Oh, Auntie Kate, you're never at home. Every time you're out, what are you doing? Where do you go? Meetings. What do they do for you in this meeting?" And that's where I said that I learned. All the things that I've learned, I didn't pay a penny to do them. Rather, I go into organizations. The Labour Party sent me to things like going for conferences. When you go to conferences, you attend many stalls where you pick up ideas. I remember when I used to watch, women doing conferences and speaking at the podium, speaking to over hundreds and thousands of people, and I'm asking myself, how do I get there? This is it. How do I get there? And then I found out that all I could do is to believe in myself, be determined, and then attend, and where it's possible to speak. And then now what I do is when I come back from the conferences, I do a little note, and then in front of maybe about 20 or 10 people, members, I said, "Oh, I've come back from the conference and have something to say to you all." Then I'm speaking. From then onwards, I never knew when I started speaking, not just, to the members there. I travel a lot, to do my talk, so really it is within me that I want to succeed, I want to do this. And you have to be disciplined as well. I create time, no matter what it is. I create time for my meetings. I create time for myself, because also I believe in healthy living. I do go for my exercise and all that. So, it's just within that person, that you are able to do the things that you want to do. You have to create time for yourself, and you have to trust and believe in yourself that you can do it. There is no need of being negative at all, not even 1% of negativity, because that will actually nullify your 99% positiveness.
Let me ask you, in the journey of your success to stardom, both in your career as a nurse and as a politician in Britain, did you at any point in time become a victim of racism, either racism as a result of your color or your accent?
No, I don't think it's because of my color. I don't think it's because of my accent. I think it's because of who I am and what I believe, and what I believe in myself. And it's also looking at other people who have succeeded. And I'm asking myself questions. You need to ask yourself questions. The question is, how did this person get to this place? What is it that person have done that I can do to get me there? And why am I still standing here? Why haven't I moved forward? Or I have moved forward, but I haven't really expanded to what I want. For every single one of us in life, we have a destiny. There is something in us that says this is who you are and this is where you can get to. And it's very important that you follow that up. And for me, I think that when I came to this country, I have this feeling about myself, within myself, that I can do things. And that everybody, no matter what color they are, no matter what gender, they are human beings, and they can do anything. And that's what I believe in. And this is why I have said to myself, I can do it. I'm putting it in a book for people to read the way I've done it. It's very, very important. And I urge everybody, when the time comes, this book is going to be launched on the 23rd of September. They must get it and read. Not just reading about my autobiography, but reading about the way I've done things and how I believe everybody should do that so as to get there.
Thank you so much, Kate Anolue, a two-time mayor of Enfield Borough in the city of London, a retired midwife, successful in the NHS of the United Kingdom, who has just put her life down in a book, Do Not Give Up. The book is going to be launched in Fairway, London, for anybody who is looking to travel to the Queensland, how you can navigate that part of the world and become a success, notwithstanding the color and your accent. Kate Anolue is an example of so many Nigerians who are doing absolutely and exceedingly well out there in the United Kingdom. Thank you, Kate Anolue, for taking your time to share with us your experience and life with us on Global Matters today. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. The book will be out in the Amazon as well, so please grab one of them. It's going to help you. It's going to help you in many ways, not just talking about myself, but making you succeed even more than I did. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time. We shall be bringing you another successful Nigerian, a member of the diaspora community who has made life for people who have made life for themselves, either in America or in the United Kingdom. We'll be looking out for them and we'll bring them here on this program so that you can learn from them, that anywhere you are, you can actually make it. Thanks a lot for taking the time to join us on the program today. My name is Tunde Alabi. Enjoy your weekend and keep safe.